Hello everyone, I hope you are enjoying all the content that we have been bringing to you in the past 2 days. Yesterday I did my first interview.
All good, all good.
Welcome to THU, it's your first time?
Yeah, it's my first time to Malta, my first time to THU, and I'm really enjoying it. Never met, maybe I'll meet him after I became famous.
Exactly, shout for him. Please come.
Here.
So tell me, what made you come to THU?
Okay, actually I'm running an animation studio in Cairo. It's called Geographics. Mainly I'm not an artist, I'm a manager. I manage a team of artists, but currently we have big plans. We started, can I tell the story? And then we started working on motion graphics. For a couple of years we became one of the market leaders, and then we decided that we want to do something more. We decided to do like not yet. We have the resources to do a short movie, so we will do that short movie, and later we will have to work on the featured movie. Our team later in making something like this, but mainly I'm here to know some people. Yeah, and this is what I want to do.
Because here you've had an important thing also to experiment different realities and bring that knowledge with you back to Egypt, or maybe
from Ukraine and Slovenia, countries that I never knew that they are there in the art map. Sharing these experiences will definitely help me. I don't know how, but I have a lot of knowledge now. Maybe next 3 days I'll gain more knowledge, and then this will help me making better decisions, maybe working with them in the. This is the initial plan, yes, but I still don't have the plan. I don't have how will I do that, but what I'm sure of is that now I have the knowledge and I have a good network. Maybe it will expand in the next 3 days. Later I'll be okay. I think it's growing. After 2011 we had a revolution back then.
There was a before and an after the Arab Spring.
It affects the ecosystem. People started to do something called Axir. Axir is one of the top digital providers in the Middle East. It does music videos. It started with doing music videos, and currently we're having our first featured movie. Will be in the end of this year. We started Axir because we had a vision that we want to use the music videos in a different way, so people can find the lyrics their needs, talking about social causes and social problems that they face. So all what we started and all the competitors started after the Arab Spring, because they felt the need of doing that. They felt the need of repeating an experience of someone successful. So the whole ecosystem started after the Arab Spring.
It was a boost. It helped.
Yeah, it was a boost, definitely. Maybe economically, the last few years wasn't a really good one because there is no stability. But definitely there is a movement for new things. So we started doing this media. Making this motion graphics, graphic videos. Not many competitors were doing something called infographic videos, and we started to teach our clients how to do what is infographics, and we started to sell it, and we got like 20 or 30 clients in the first year. So it was promising, and definitely the competition started to be harder and harder. But the idea is the main advantage that we have is that you can. If you have a good vision and if you have a good team, you can get a relatively good quality from Egypt. And when you compare the quality that you get with the quality of USA big agencies, definitely you'll find the gap because they have more resources. But the gap, I cannot say it USA, and we have a client in Australia, so
are spreading already.
We're spreading, and I believe that it's a matter of quality versus price. We're producing good quality compared to the price, so it's easy to find clients who are willing to take risk and working with Egyptian agency, because they don't know if the Egyptian agency will deliver or not. But because we have a good list of clients, I think they start to feel like somehow confident that we will do that.
What makes the big difference between Egyptian industry and USA or Japan or something? It's the economic factor, it's the skills, it's the number of people that work in the industry, the number of people that are willing to risk. Because you said, okay, in terms of quality, the gap is not that big as in terms of the budget. But what makes the real difference?
Okay, it's a very wide question, so let me try to cover a few things. But mainly, I think it starts with there is a difference between the salaries in Egypt and USA, and this has nothing to do with animation. So this is the first difference. Okay, then we don't have animation schools in Egypt. At least we don't have good animation schools in Egypt. So yes, I know that animation is a self-learning thing. Illustration is based on the talent and self-learning, but you need schools to build communities. You need an animation school so that when I'm looking for an animator, I can go to this school and I know that this school will graduate like 10 animators per year. I believe this is the first problem that we have, is that we don't have communities. We're trying to build our own community. We're trying to make an annual internship. We're trying to do different things, but we cannot replace the infrastructure, the education infrastructure that is not that strong. So this is the first thing. I think the other thing is that they started, Disney was producing animation for more than 50 years, and we only have one famous fictional character, Bakar, and he's very famous, and he was famous for many things, but one of them which was government supported because they wanted to have this national guy, and he was a nice character. We had another fictional character, but they were not based on cartoon. So the difference here is time. They started, like, let's say 100 years ago. We started 20 years ago. So this is a big difference. 80 years in the...
We're running after the...
Yeah. Hopefully we will catch anything. But the thing that I want to mention is that we're not in direct competition with the US agencies.
It's a completely different universe. That's what I was going to ask. The animation industry reflects the reality of Egypt, or it's more influenced from the outside?
Actually, we never produce a featured movie, and the number of short movies that we produce is not that big. So there's no thing like
the Egyptian stamp, let's say.
Egyptian stamp. Maybe we have some cartoons, some of them are westernized, and some of them has a culture. Bakar had a very solid culture from the Egyptian culture. The artists in the explainer videos, they try to mimic stuff that they see a giant ant, for example, or buck. So you find that explainer videos we have somehow westernized. We're following this movement. I will not say that we are the leaders of the movement, but now when we get a client from Egypt, for example, or from Oman or from Kuwait, we start to tell them, don't get us a reference for something that you like. Let us try something that we believe that will fit your identity. So we have this process, we have something we deliver in the process. Our logo, I don't know if you see our logo, this logo, it starts to get different colors with every client we work with, because we say that every piece of information deserves its own way of presenting. So we start to change the style every time we have a new client to work with. So that's it. I think by time, maybe because the industry is somehow fresh, by time you will find that authentic animation style, and we hope that the featured movie that we're working with, because it got something that's very traditional in the Egyptian culture, we hope that we will, I will not say invent, but we will create is more than invent. We will do something that I believe will have somehow authentic look. So it will be a reference for many people who wants to know how the Egyptian culture can look.
Hamoud, I will be waiting for that feature movie.
Hopefully.
Thank you very much for this insight in Egyptian industry. Thank you very much. You guys will be back at 4:30, more or less, in the happy hour. In the always, you'll be here having some beers.
Yeah.
Everybody comes for the free beers. So we'll be back.
Drink beer. Don't make a problem with me.
Exactly. He doesn't drink alcohol, of course. I will drink his beer. So thank you for watching, and we'll be back later. Bye-bye. How do you say bye bye in Egyptian?
Salam.
Salam.